ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यभिमः योगी वयस्वशया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। So Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Rupaha. Rupaha means Swarupaha, nature. Aham Chidananda Rupaha. I am by nature as a truth. Well, I am Chidananda. And as a Chidananda, well, I pervade everything. So I pervade entire Jagat. And now Shivoham Shivoham. I am Shiva also. I am Chidananda, then I am Shiva also. And therefore, word Shiva basically means definitely you bring and you hear is referring to Ishvara. Any other word can be taken, Narayana or anything. But here it's a Shiva because it fits into meter. And before I go further, it is said twice, Shivoham Shivoham. I am Shivaha, I am Shivaha. Why twice? Because to emphasize, I am nothing but Shiva. To give that nothing, I am nothing but Shiva. I am nothing. To say that, there is a repetition. When you repeat something, you always want to put an emphasis. That's it. And here also it's an emphasis that I am nothing but Ishvara. I am nothing but Ishvara, Shiva, which is the cause of the world. And Jiva means this individual, the meaning of the word I basically, for Ajnani, I mean. So when I say I am so and so, etc. So Jiva is an individual, and in this verses, the individual is singing, Shivoham Shivoham. So, well, definitely that Jiva is telling I am Shivaha, etc. I am God. And definitely, to say that, either you must be totally foolish, either you must be an enlightened person. Then there is no in between. If one who doesn't understand who is Ishvara, you say you have your understanding. I am so and so individual, etc. Jiva, individual, and still you say I am Ishvara, then definitely you are foolish. Or else knowing that you are Jiva, but in essence you are a Shiva, well, you can say I am Shiva also. Yeah. So that is an enlightenment. We'll see that. Can I say I am a Lord? I am Ishvara? Well, we cannot say. The Lord means which is all knowledge and all power, all Shakti. How can anybody say I am Lord? No one can say. So it is something to be understood properly. Yes, I mean, in the morning I told you already the effect, all these names and forms, they are not separate from its cause. Like I was giving example of a pot and clay. Pot is non-separate from the clay. So any effect, the shirt is non-separate from the fabric. Anything, or the ornament is non-separate from gold. So effect is non-separate from the cause. Why I am saying that? Because Ishvara means the cause of the world. So basically cause of the world. So therefore we have to talk about cause now in order to understand properly who is Ishvara. So and you can go all the way like when you say, well, shirt is a fabric, but fabric is not the shirt. You can go all along. Fabric is yarn, but yarn is not fabric. Could you follow? and yarn mill basically is something else, we can say, and that is not the yarn, etc. So you can go all the way. Effect is non-separate from the cause. Cause is independent of the effect. Clay is always independent of the effect, pot, etc. That you can understand very well. So this is very important fact we have to recognize. So if all that is here is the effect, the world, etc., with all the possibilities, which we call Jagat, then this Jagat, which is an effect, then it must be non-separate from its material cause. And therefore, whatever be the material, we don't know at this moment. God is a creator, cause, but efficient cause. And definitely like a pot maker is a creator, cause of the pots, making pots, creation, but he has to bring material. So Ishvara is a creator, cause of the world, efficient cause. He has to bring material. He has to bring the material to make this pots rather, to make all the pots. I am one pot, this someone else is another pot. I should not say like that or that. But all pots, all these pots to be made, Ishvara has to bring some clay from somewhere, like a pot maker. He cannot make out of himself, looks like. Anyway, so definitely, what is the clay he brought to make this entire creation of pots? So in Christian theology, we should know what are the things lying somewhere. In Christian theology, there is a statement, while that the God created the world out of nothing. Well, from void, basically he created. Well, God created this world, that's fine, but if it is like a pot maker who creates the pot, definitely there is some material, and therefore out of nothing you cannot make anything. Out of something, if Jagat is there with certain possibilities and all, names and forms, it is not a void. So if Jagat is something, it should be created from something, some material. So this is when Christian theology says, well, out of nothing God created the world, that's not correct. Out of nothing, nothing is created. When something is created, then there must be a material. Something is there. Out of something, something is created. Out of nothing, nothing is created. So therefore, we have to modify this statement that Ishvara created this world out of nothing else. That's it. Means there is no other material other than Ishvara himself. Okay? He is the efficient cause and he is the material cause. So out of nothing else, because why Swamiji we are adding else in that? Because if he is a God, how can a God claiming that he is a God and yet he is dependent on the material to create the Jagat? If he is dependent, he is not a God. Like a pot maker, he pot maker he can't do anything. When he used to bring all this soil, clay, etc. from the river, and there is a flood because of the monsoon, they cannot do anything. They have to just wait because there is no material. But he is a pot maker, definitely a jiva, he is a dependent on material. How can Ishvara, being a dependent on some material, whatever be the material, how can he be separate from that material and he has to be dependent on that? No. Therefore, definitely out of nothing else God created. God doesn't require material other than himself. He is the material cause, he alone is the efficient cause, who has a knowledge to create, etc., who has a desire to create, etc. Then there is another thing which is wonderful. They say in the beginning, look at, we say sometimes, but there are some statements in Christian theology also which are really wonderful. They say in the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with the God, and the Word was with the God, and the Word was God. In the beginning there was a Word, and the Word was with the God, and the Word was God. Word means what? Knowledge. Right? All the knowledges will be in the form of Word. Swami, we don't like. You started this session with all distaste. Look, this is a body. I don't have a flower. Can you give me this flower? That's better. Flower is a word. Right? Flower is a word. Flower. And corresponding object. And this is nothing but what is flower? It's all put together. What is put together? Leaves. Leaves are put together in a certain fashion. Is called flower. Now see. Swami, don't do all this. I have to do. What can I do? I am helpless. Look at the magic. I tell her, please come and take this flower. What flower, Swami? It's all petals. Same thing. If it is not put together, you basically remove the word flower. Same thing. When I am saying you take the flower, you should say yes, it is flower. No. Now you say petal. I can go further. Take one petal and do some, Then if I say take this petal, you say what petal, Swamiji? These are all some small pieces. So you bring another word. What is put together, for that there is a word. When you remove that, you take away the word. And what is put together is always a knowledge. What is put together is a knowledge. This is all put together. Put together parts. Knowledge. Could you follow what I am saying? What is creation? The things which are put together in order to serve a certain purpose. That's called creation. So you have a word clock. Suppose if I remove all the parts and I make a heap of this, or I say clock, you say what clock? I am not removing a single part. I just, instead of putting together, I am making a heap of that, removing. Gone. The word clock has gone. Word clock was used for a thing which was put together, which indicates knowledge. Am I right or wrong? When anything is put together intelligently to serve a certain purpose, what is there behind? Intelligence, knowledge. So put together means knowledge. For that you have a word. So word indicates knowledge. I will give you another example which you don't like, but at the end let me give you. Suppose all the parts are there. Some people have started already. We have a word, body, B-O-D-Y, body. For what? For parts? No. Put together. Suppose all these things are lying here in a certain heap of this, kidney and all that. Will you call body? No. What is the difference? Same thing is here, right? All this in the parts, and here it is in form of a put together intelligently to serve a certain purpose. Then you are ready to use a word, body. What is the difference? Knowledge. All things were there, but somebody has put together all, right, intelligently in order to serve a certain purpose. You call it body. So word means knowledge. Could you follow what I am saying? It's very beautiful. Christian people. So basically, this means, this here, it's put together. Word is a knowledge, and knowledge, word was with the God. Look at that. Knowledge was there with the God. Knowledge is not separate from the God. And word was God. Knowledge was God. Means God was all-knowing. Don't worry, I am giving you example by which this will immediately you will solve. So word initially, before the creation, there was a word. Word was with the God, and the word was God. So before the creation, what was there? All these words, means knowledge was there. And that knowledge was with the God. Fine? Non-separate from the God. And knowledge was God, means God is all-knowing. He created the world. So what is the material? Knowledge. Nothing else. Could you follow what I am saying? Knowledge was the material. Somebody, from knowledge, everything is knowledge? Yes. Why not? So Ishvara created this world, and that knowledge became manifest in the form of the world. Really speaking, it is easy to understand. It's knowledge alone that manifests in the form of this creation. And why? You are Ishvara. You are Ishvara. When you sleep, you are there with knowledge, right? Which is non-separate from you. And then your knowledge alone manifests in the form of creation. Whole creation. Whole creation is nothing but knowledge. You create a Badrinath temple, dream. No trucks are going inside. You create a ocean, right? You create ocean. There are no pipelines of where the water is going inside. It's all your knowledge. You are knowing ocean, you are knowing Badrinath temple, you are knowing the creation, and you create. The knowledge was with you when you slept, and that knowledge alone manifested. You, the conscious being, is the creator of the dream world. Your knowledge alone is the material for the entire dream creation. So you are the material cause, because knowledge is not separate from you. Right? Knowledge is not separate from you, basically. So you are the maker and the material cause of the world called dream world. Your own. But Swamiji, I see in the dream certain things which I'm sure I didn't know before. You may say so. Yeah. But that is your dream. That's a speciality of us. That we create anything. We create a white elephant with 7 trunks, right? Swamiji, that kind of a thing I have never seen. Not means I don't have knowledge, means I have never seen. True. But white color you know or not? Yeah. Elephant you know? Yes. Trunk you know? Yes. Then you can muggle up everything, ultimately. Because it's our creation, it's not Ishvara's creation, which is created from the Maya. Very beautiful creation. So you can, but everything is known to you. Well, you think of sun is there. You think of ocean is there. You think of mountain is there. Think of space, space, etc. You need not have to think. They are already there, space and time. So you think of a temple is there. Along with time and space comes automatically. This is all your creation. You are Shiva with respect to your own creation. The material cause also you, and maker also is you. Right? From the standpoint of material, from the standpoint of knowledge, that's the material, you are material cause. From the standpoint of a conscious being, well, you are the maker of that. You only make it. You, the waker, under the spell of sleep, well, your knowledge manifests in the form of the whole creation. So you created, and now you see, you created so many people in a dream. One of them was a theologian. Look at that. And he says, in the dream, a theologian, God in heaven created the world. He is saying like that. In a dream, you are seeing a theologian, and he says, the God in heaven created this world. And he looks up. Another person, in dream of course, who says, Bal, I don't believe in God. There is no God at all. And a third person who is agnostic, who is neither a believer nor a disbeliever. He says, I keep my mind always open. Always open. It remains open throughout the life. Yeah. Some people say that. We keep our mind open. Means we don't believe. Neither we are disbeliever, neither we are believer, like that. So we keep our mind open. That's such an agnostic person. And all these people, different people, well, every one of them is non-separate from you, the God, Shiva. Am I right? In a dream, all these three people, we saying that the God in heaven created this world. Basically, his body, his hand, his knowledge, everything is non-separate from you, the Shiva. One who says there is no God is also his body, his speech, everything is non-separate from you, the Shiva. And this fellow, who is that? I told you, agnostic, who keeps his mind open, well, he is also totally non-separate from Shiva. Could you follow? So this is how the things are. So individual, you are the maker and material. You are maker of every one of them. You are the maker of the theologian. You are the material of the theologian, his body, etc. You are the maker of the agnostic. You are the maker of that person who doesn't believe in God. Right? When he is saying, I don't believe in God, the very hand is able to pick up because of you, the Shiva. This is a story. Anyway, so you are the material cause of that person, you are the creator of them, you are maker of them, and their own karma. Just think that way. Their own karma is their participation. Any creation is basically a joint venture. Yeah. Your karmas is definitely play a role. That's how you have got one type of body, one type of parents, one type of a certain environment. I am having a certain type of a body, certain environment, etc., etc. So that difference is due to my own participation in terms of karma, but Ishvara is the maker and the material cause of all. And that's why this dream example is wonderful. Karma means it's beginning, etc. But anyway, so you are the maker and material, and you can very well say Shivoham, Shivoham with respect to your own creation, etc. Now, just like in a dream, you are the maker and material, and they are one and the same. So, entire dream world is you. If somebody asks, where is God? He definitely has, suppose in a dream, somebody is asking a question, where is God? He has already a preconceived notion that whatever is here is not God. In your dream, the person's body, mind, senses, everything is you, the Shiva. You are the creator and maker and material both. Yet that person says, where is God? Definitely, that person has no appreciation. What is God? The person who asks a question, where is God, is a silly question. Suppose somebody comes here inside and he asks to everyone, where is Muktatma? He may ask me also. Where is Muktatma? Definitely he doesn't know what is Muktatma. How does he look? He doesn't know. Could you follow what I am saying? How does he look? He doesn't know. So what is Muktatma? He doesn't know. Then asking the question, where is Muktatma, is a silly question. So a person in a dream, suppose he asks, where is God? He definitely knows the God is not locally available. God is not locally available. In fact, that space is you. The time is you. His body and the theologian who is standing near that person also is you. Everything is you. The whole dream world is non-separate from you. You are the material cause for where is the question of that the creation may be separate from you, naturally. And so this kind of a question, where is God, is a silly question. What should be the question? What is God? If you really know what is God, where is God will not remain. Because what is God means God is maker and material cause of everything. In that case, whatever is there is God. In that case, where is God question will not come. Could you follow what I am saying? Yeah. So this is a silly question. Where is God? Anyway. And same way here, Ishvara also is a maker and material cause of everything. If there is a separating factor between the maker and material, suppose Ishvara is a maker we accept, but Ishvara is a material. Ishvara's knowledge alone manifests in this form, like my knowledge manifests in a dream world. You may say, no, Swamiji, material cause is different from the maker. Ishvara is a maker, but we don't accept he is a material cause. He is a material. We don't accept. Then there is a separation between the maker and material. And that separation will be in terms of what? Space. It will be in terms of space. How will you understand that these two causes are different? In terms of space, naturally. Pot maker is a maker, efficient cause. And material, clay, etc., naturally you see a different, means it's different in terms of space. But here the space itself is a part of creation. How can you say space is a part of creation? That's what you do. When you create a dream, space and time is created. No, Swamiji, that our external space is inside space. No, sir. It's not. This external space cannot be occupied inside. Right? External space is so big. And there you are seeing the whole beach of an ocean with a vast space. That's a dream space. Whole ocean you are seeing. Whole temple you are seeing in a space. Now to see that whole temple in a space, outer space cannot be accommodated inside. It's a dream space, dream time. You create dream space, dream time, everything. And therefore, basically, Ishvara has created this world, his knowledge alone manifests in the form of space, time and the entire creation, like your creation of a dream, that in that case, well, space itself is not created. How will you separate maker and material? Cannot. Could you follow? Ishvara alone is the maker, Ishvara alone is the material, and the example is you, who makes the entire dream world out of yourself. There is no maker and material are not separate. You are the maker, you are the material. Anyway, and so this way we can understand Ishvara is the maker and his own knowledge is the material for this. So since both are one and same, therefore the Jagat basically is non-separate from the maker, the Shiva. The effect, the Jagat, is non-separate from the cause, the Shiva, and the effect, Jagat, is Shiva, and the cause is not effect. Shiva is not Jagat, but Jagat is Shiva. You are not dream world. If you have become dream world, you cannot wake up. Gone. You are gone. No, you manifest as the dream world. Effect. Remaining you, waker, under the spell of a sleep, etc., you manifest in the form of the entire dream world, and the whole dream world resolves into you. Right? Resolves into you. Same way, this creation also is definitely effect, like our dream world, is from the Shiva. I am also Shiva with respect to dream world. We say another Shiva right now. Another Shiva who is manifesting in the form of this world. So the whole effect is Shiva. Whole dream world is me, my manifestation. Same way the whole effect is Shiva, but Shiva is not the Jagat. Could you follow? Same thing. Then Shiva is what? Then Shiva is what? When you manifest in the form of the Jagat, you the waker manifest in the form of the Jagat, you the waker is what? No. You the waker is what in reality? Chidananda. Same way Shiva also, who manifests in the form of this Jagat, basically Shiva is Chidananda. Shiva is not Jagat, Shiva is Chidananda. Like you can say I am Chidananda, well Shiva also can say I am Chidananda. And then when Shiva says I am Chidananda, you say I am Chidananda. What is the difference between you and Shiva? You say I am Chidananda, we have already proven. Swami, you are taking a lot of... It's too much, Swamiji, it is too much. But is it true or not? I will explain you, don't worry. I have some example is ready with me. Yeah. Shiva says, I am not Jagat. Jagat is Shiva, definitely. I am dream world. But dream world, dream world is I, but I am what? Chidananda. Naturally, right? Same way Shiva says, well, whole this Jagat, the empirical world, is Shiva. But Shiva says what? I am Chidananda. How can somebody, he says Chidananda? Maybe Chidananda may not be pervading that Shiva. Maybe Chidananda may be pervading me. Then it is not Chidananda. You already seen it is whole. So whatever is there is just one whole. Therefore Shiva can say I am Chidananda. You can also say I am Chidananda. Then what is the difference between you and Shiva? Swami has a victory smile. Not so. But my point is, this is the way it's said, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shiva is also Chidananda. I can say I am Chidananda, definitely we have seen. Well, I am Shiva. But Swami, still we are not able to understand. Okay. Look, there was once a wave from Indian Ocean went to Atlantic Ocean and met another wave. And that wave of an Atlantic Ocean was very, very sad. And so naturally, the wave of the Indian Ocean was very happy. And naturally, they are happy with all these things. Naturally, they will be a job. There are people to whom the Vedanta, once they listen to Vedanta, they become more sad. But generally, who understands Vedanta, they become lighter and lighter. Yeah. Who doesn't understand Vedanta, they may feel this is too much. In fact, if we did not attend the retreat, we were better. That also is possible. If you understand this, understand the mithyatvam of everything, understand the apparentness. The life has something is substantial. If you touch that substantial thing, there's a beauty all along. If you don't touch, remain inapparent, taking it as a real body, mind, sense complex. There is no way to go. One begins as an individual limited being, a lacking being, a murmuring being, complaining being, ends one's life also. It's the same murmuring, same, in fact more. Yeah. We lend ears to our old people and they tell the same complaint again and again. Like Shvetaketu, was told by Uddalaka 9 times, you are Tattvamasi. Well, these old people, whenever we go to Bhiksha, we have to listen to them. Same story. In our time, this was a thing. Now we have a generation gap. They don't listen to us, this, that. You keep on listening. One begins life with a murmur. One ends one's life with a murmur. If you don't touch something substantial, something real, living in this apparent means putting I sense in the body, mind, sense complex. One really doesn't accomplish anything. What you can accomplish is always limited by this, because they are limited. What you can accomplish by limited means is always limited. And you want to basically get a freedom from these limitations. Yeah. So Vedanta will definitely make you lighter if you understand it. Anyway, so my saying is that basically this Shiva also is Chidananda, I am also Chidananda, and therefore, well, I can say I am Shiva, and I was talking about this wave, and then it was very sad, a wave of Atlantic Ocean. So then he said, wave of Atlantic Ocean, wave A. Now I will say wave A. Wave A told to wave I, why are you happy? Instead of answering, wave I told to wave A, why are you sad? Well, he said, look at that. I began my journey as a surf, big, but this ocean, and these Australians were Atlantic Ocean. So these Australians were seeing me and they were very happy to see me. But in this ocean, I was moving here and there, and ultimately I became a wavelet. And I want to go to the shore and end my life. But it is not allowing me. It's taking me back. And what should I do? I am wavelet. I want to end my life. There is no joy being a wavelet. Naturally, there is no joy. I was a surf. Do you know Swamiji who I was? That was past. Well, and then this, our wave eye, Indian Ocean wave, said, well, you can be happy with like me. I can remove your sorrow. Really? Yeah. Will you allow me to touch you? Wave eye asked to wave. Yes, yes. I am touching your feet with my finger. It touched. What do you see? Wave eye asked to wave. What do you see? Water. I am touching your middle part. What do you see? Water. I am touching your head of the wave. So I am touching your head. Wave I said to wave A. I am touching your head. What do you see? Water. You are not wavelet. You are water. Now look around. What do you see? Ocean. My God. God. That will consume me. Touch anywhere. Wave I told to wave A. Touch anywhere. And you touch any different places. What do you find? Water. You are what? Water. Ocean is what? Water. Can I tell you are ocean? Yeah. I am not wavelet. I am ocean. There was a big smile. There was a big smile. Could you follow what I am saying? So here also wavelet means we. Water. Chidananda. Ocean. Ishvara. Chidananda. Water. Then wavelet can say I am ocean. Same way I can say I am Shiva. Could you follow? So this is how basically we have to understand. But Swamiji, when you say like this, how do I basically then worship? You put all these things and this all is useless now. Who worships whom? If I am Shiva, then for the sake of, well, let me call him. Let me send a WhatsApp. I was worshipping him till today. Since I am Shiva, let him worship me also. See, wave as an essence, as a self, well is ocean. That's fine. But wave identifying with a particular name and form can still worship ocean. Could you follow what I am saying? That is how our Acharya has written so many stotras, identifying with one body, mind, sense complex, becoming a devotee, worshipping the ocean, the Ishvara. But as an essence, well, you are Ishvara. There is no difference, difference between you and the Shiva. You are Chidananda, Shiva is also Chidananda. I can say I am Shiva. Therefore, Shivoham, Shivoham. Second verse. Nacha prana sanya. I have to go because she said me to finish Nirvana Shatakam. Finish means finish. Nacha prana sanyo nava panchavayuhu, nava saptadhatu, nava panchakosha, nava pani badam, nacha upasthapayu, chidananda shivoham shivoham. Well, nacha prana sanya. I am not a sanya means a name. So I am not a prana sanya means I am not a prana which is a particular name. Means by which when you say prana means a name by which you recognize an object. Like when you say a flower, then you recognize some object. Same way prana sanya. Sanya means a name. Which a name always makes you recognize an object. A flower name makes you recognize an object, flower. So, well, I am not that prana. I am not that prana which is name of a given thing. Means I am not a life. Why you are saying like that? Nava panchavayu. Because prana means pranapana, vyana, udana, samana. But Acharya say in second line, so we have to give another. I am not a life. Nacha prana sanya means I am not life. I am not life. I am bigger than life. Yeah. When the body is alive, we say life is there. When body is not alive, still you are there. Because when body is not alive means I am dead. Then you are not understood. I have to begin again with I and non-I, which I started yesterday. Okay? Anyway, so I am bigger than life. We think I am confined to life. I am a live body, alive. I am body which is alive. No. That's what it means. Then Nava Panchavayu. Well, you divide now this same prana into 5 physiological activities. And the physiological activity which is basically respiration. The prana basically stays in, we can associate prana with a respiration, and its place is the lungs, basically, lungs. Then apana. Apana means evacuation, kidneys and so on. And from which the things are thrown out every day. And so whole department of getting rid of things from the body every day is apana. Respiration is prana. Right? And then vyana. Vyapnoti iti vyana, circulation in the body. And so what is the situation of the vyana in the body? Heart. Circulation. The where prana is situated, lungs, respiration. Where apana is situated, kidneys, etc. Right? So because these are the physiological activities which make the body, which keep the body alive. That is life. But you are not that. You are basically sustaining everything. You are not sustaining only prana. You are sustaining everything, whole creation. And therefore you are not just confined to this prana. Therefore you are not just life. Life is you, that's fine. But you are bigger than life, naturally. So vyana, heart, and whole circulatory system. You can take veins and arteries, etc. along with. So that is vyana. Then samana, digestion, which includes liver, stomach, even intestine, glands. All this is a place where this samana. And udana, that's a big thing. Udana, udgirana karaha. Udana is a time clock. When a jiva enters in the body, it comes with a time clock. Yeah. And the time clock basically means, there's a tick-tick going on. It's a tick-tick. That tick-tick means what? One tick is equal to one cycle of breath. You breathe in and breathe out is one cycle. That's called one tick. You have come here with some specific numbers of those ticks. Once that is over, now jiva will leave this body. Right? And how many ticks? It's a big number. They say the human being basically, has a 21,500 ticks in a day. 21,500 times breathing in and breathing out, one cycle. Like that, 21,500 in a day. And so you are come with some specific number, means 21,500 into 365 into 60 years, 70 years. This many numbers of ticks you have. And that counting is doing what? Who is doing this counting? Udana. Udana is this time clock. And as the last tick is over, before that itself Udana has started packing. Really? Naturally, if you want to vacate the house, you cannot just in a moment, let's go out. No. Everything you have to pack. So packing starts. Everything. Hair goes away, and then you want to hear something, you cannot hear remaining straight. You have to talk. It's all, packing. And the teeth go away, eyes have a less vision, and later everything. Hunger also slow. So Samana has also started. Udana said to Samana, please come now, we have to go. So no hunger. People live, before living, people don't eat for days together. They say now he has left food. All this indicates Udana is packing inside. All. From respective organs, he is pulling that subtle body. Golakas. Pulling. And therefore, lastly, eyes are also sometimes pulled, mouth get open. So basically, Udana takes the entire subtle body. It's a part of the subtle body. And being a prana, it is powerful. Right? So it takes Udgiranakara. So it takes the entire subtle body from the body, physical body. We say soul has gone. Father has gone, they say. Father has gone. Mother has gone. Right? We say like that. Swamiji departed. Departed for better home, supposedly. Next home, we have to enter. So, Udana. Udana also is active at the time of vomiting. And at that time also, many people say, Swamiji, when I was throwing out, as if I feel that I'm going to live now. My body, my prana will go out. So, Udana is active at few times. And lastly, it becomes active when the time clock is over, ticks are over. Anyway, and they say the place of Udana is the throat. Generally, they say like that. Anyways, so Nava Panchavayu, I am not that. I am not circulation, I am not evacuation, I am not this, I am not that, I am not life, etc. etc. I am all this. I am not. Nava Saptadhatu, I am not the Saptadhatu, I am not this 7 elements, 7 components which make the physical body. What are the 7 elements? Ayurveda talk about it, this Saptadhatu. They have a verse which I noted here. Rasat Raktam, Tato Mamsah, Mamsat Medah, Tataha Asthicha, Asthehe Majja, Tataha Shukram, Shukrat Garbha Prasadaja. Once you eat a food, then when you eat a food, that's called rasa. There will be a essence of the food has been consumed by the stomach and intestine, etc. That's the first dhatu, first component, helpful to make the physical body, first. From that, rasat raktam, what is first made from that rasam, essence of the food, is raktam, blood. Tataha mamsaha, this is their model. From there, from the blood, well, flesh. From there, medah, fat. Tataha asthi, bones. Asthehe majja, marrow, bone marrow. Once bones are formed, then bone marrow. Tata shukram, a seed of a male or female. Shukram. Shukrat garbha prasadita. So rasa, mamsaha, medaha, asthi, majja, shukram. They are the 7 dhatus, which made the physical body. I am not. Because I am not physical body. You see, what happens is, the physical body is looked upon by different people differently. There are people who say that this physical body is made up of 3 components, and that is 3 things: Vatam, Pittam, and Vataha, Pittam, and Kapha. When they are in equilibrium, you have a good health. When they are not in equilibrium, you will have either Vata dosha. So certain diseases born of a Vata dosha. And certain diseases born of kapha, etc., born of a dosha of a kapha, etc. I don't want to go into this in detail. So basically, what is that? It's a 5 elements. Space, of course, is there, and the physical part is, of course, made up of the earth. So this in between 3 are there, and that is air, water, and fire. And all these 3 components, when they are in equilibrium, you have a good health. The physical body is nothing but the Prithvi, earth, and there is a space. So these 2 are gone. Rest 3 should be in equilibrium in the body. If they are not in equilibrium, you have a many. And that too, in initial life, one has a diseases born of a excess water, kapha, initially. So the children will have a lot of coughing and nose, sneezing and other things, cold, etc. Then in a young age, there will be a defect, there will be a more of a Agni Tattva. So one has acidity and other things. And after 50s, one has a more Vayu in the body. So there will be a lot of pain. Any pain in the body is due to excess Vayu, they call it. So this is a way of looking. So somebody looks upon it as a Saptadhatu, somebody looks upon it as a 5 elements. Well, biologists will look upon it as a bunch of cells. Physicists may look upon as a manifestation of some energy or something. So all look upon differently. So Nava Saptadhatu, I am not this Saptadhatu, I am not physical body, etc. Nava Panchakosha. But I am tired. This kosha is tired, it seems. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Whatever I can finish, I will finish. Okay? And we'll... yeah, because many things to be discussed. Two more bigger topics are there. I am Ananda, etc. that I want to discuss. And depending upon your response in the next class, I will discuss, because people are somewhat, of course, drowsiness consciousness right now. Yeah. Not just drowsiness consciousness. Yeah. Like sleep consciousness, waking consciousness, drowsiness consciousness. Yeah. So may you have all of you tea, and we'll meet